Hello Aubrey, I'm making this video dedicated to you because I just want to convey how thankful I am for your channel, for all of the work that you do, the wonderful guests that you have on, and how amazing it is to hear people vocalizing just how beneficial the psychedelic experience is for spiritual development. That's something that has been taboo for a long time, but something that I have practiced without, any support, and often quite judged for doing so. But a path that I've pursued my spiritual development through for many, many years now. So thank you very much for helping to bring that as an accepted and known path for your own soul's evolution to the wider audience. It's a brilliant thing that you do. I also want to specifically thank you for introducing, I suppose, Mateus de Stefano to my world. I had seen videos of him on Gaia, but I'd never actually watched them because I think that their clickbait titles were maybe a bit misleading or didn't give me the confidence to want to actually watch. Anyway, it wasn't until I saw him being interviewed by you that I thought, well, if Aubrey is giving him airtime, then there's got to be something to it. And once I started listening to that man talk, it was like something had reached right down inside my soul and touched a chord there, woken something up. Definitely made me feel very reassured and gave me a certain vindication to things that I've always thought, deep truths that we know intrinsically, such things as the fact that there are many, many, many past lives attached to us and many, many future lives to be lived yet. I'm a deep, not just believer, a knower of reincarnation. I know that I'm an old soul. I know that I have a long time to go here still, and I'm very dedicated to the earth experience. My spirit is very much attached to this worldly plane and to my spiritual growth and progression here. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for everything you do with your channel, because it is wonderful to know that there are other people out there, many, many other people out there who are progressing along the same path as me, more or less, in more or less the same direction, and that it's a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful path we walk. It's a beautiful world we live in. So much beauty all around us. So nice to see other people appreciating it as well. So thank you. I'm going to play you a little song on the violin just to set the mood, and then I would very much like to tell you the story of how I met my daughter on DMT before she was even conceived, some 19 and a half years ago. I hope you have the time to listen. Thank you so much again, and here goes. Firstly, this music playing in the background is a recording I made with a band I played with quite some years ago, a beautiful soul named Emaline. So, big shout out to Emaline. And now I'll tell you a little bit about a DMT experience I had some 19 and a half years ago, in which I met my daughter before she was conceived. So I was living in a squat at the time. It wasn't the best environment. There was a lot of hard drug use and such around me, and I felt myself slipping, not living my best life, shall we say. And I was feeling very lost and confused at the time. So one night I was home alone, and a friend of mine turned up at the door, and he said, "I have some DMT. Would you like to have a pipe with me?" And seeing as I was there alone, nobody else home, and house all nice and quiet, I said, "Yep, okay, let's do this." So we both sat down on the couches in the living room of this messy squat, smoked a big pipe of DMT and blasted out into the infinity and beyond. And there I found myself in a place that was dark, just darkness, and all around me in the darkness were lights, flashing, streams of light, streaks of light, flashing and zipping by me. I knew, intrinsically knew, that they were beings. These were souls, souls of pure light in their light essence form, just zipping all around this universe. And I knew that this was a place that I came from and that I would return to. And as I stood, floated, as I was there, suddenly two entities approached me. One more forward, the other was a little shyer and kept in the background, but the first one, who was the one to speak, started to communicate with me. And the thing that they had to say was that they had an offer, and this offer involved exchanging time in my body for me having time in this space. And they said, "Look at you, you spend all of your time and all of your effort getting out of your body, attempting to be in this place of pure light and color and vibration. And if you want to be here so badly, why don't you just make an exchange with us? We'll get to inhabit your body, and during that time, you'll get to be out here where you always attempt to come to." And I thought about it for a second and thought, no, wait a minute, no. And I said to them, "No, I don't want this. I don't want this exchange. I want to use my body. I truly do. I do want to live my life, and I do want to be here in the third dimensional, solid, dense reality of humanity." So I turned them down. And with that, the experience, the trip concluded, and I came back into my body and woke up and opened my eyes to a new world, I said, right, that's it. I moved out of that squat. I went to live with some different friends of mine who were in a big warehouse where a circus, a group of people that worked together as a circus were living, and they were putting on a show, and I got involved in the show. The ringmaster was a friend of mine, and he's a great man. He gave me a little role in their show, and I got to partake in that, and that took up about a month. And by the end of that time with them, I had sort of linked up with a couple of people that I knew there, and we decided, when that squat closed, to go and open our own squat. One of them was man who I'd, had a sort of a close friendship with. And when we opened our new squat together, we, were, let's just say, polyamorous relationship. We were together when we were together, and when we weren't, we weren't. And it was a very easy, chilled relationship, and friends with benefits, that kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, very soon after I actually did fall pregnant, I realized I was pregnant. I didn't even have to miss my first period or anything. I just knew quite rapidly, within a couple of weeks of having fallen pregnant, that I was pregnant. And then I thought about it a bit more, and I realized that this wasn't just any pregnancy. This was that being, or that double being, two beings, whatever they were, that had offered me the exchange. And they had found another way through. They literally had been rejected at exchanging time in my body, but they had found another way to come through me, because they wanted so much to have a human body and to have an experience here on earth. And, well, how could I deny them a second time? The funny thing is that my daughter, who was that double being, was born under the sign of Gemini, under the sign of the twins, two of them. She's a Gemini, and wow, she is just, the most amazing thing ever. I can never quite believe that, such an amazing creation came through my body, that I provided the portal for such a beautiful, amazing creature to incarnate here on earth. And she's 19 now and living an amazing life. She just turned 19 a couple of days ago, actually, and I had a very deeply emotional moment of just appreciation for the beautiful thing that it is to have a child, to have a being use your body as its portal into this world. It's amazing. And I sometimes wonder if I hadn't had that DMT experience previously, because, it wasn't a convenient time, it wasn't a planned pregnancy. Me and her father weren't even really together, we weren't partners. So there is a chance that I might have decided to terminate that pregnancy, there's a chance that I might have denied her that opportunity. I might have not had this amazing, beautiful 19-year-old creature that I now have in my life, and I'm so blessed to have in my life. If it hadn't been for my DMT trip, introducing me to her pure light being before she found her way to come through me, I might not have had that. So, wow, that's quite special. Anyway, that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, love all your stuff, and I hope that you and your amazing wife are blessed with many children in the future. I feel you will be. I think there are children coming for you both soon. All the best with that and with life. And lots of love, light, peace, and everything. May the universe be yours.